To the wing, so he can get her to her right hand. Straight steal a hole. The slide.
This ain't no joke, this ain't no game. This that CSZ game. They said pull up, so I came. You better put some respect on their name. Yeah, 55 was goody. Kill the vibe, how could he? Big Cardinal on the hoodie. Let me break it down for you fully. This ain't your average broadcast. This ain't just no podcast. The mother shows spread fake news. We just call them broadcast. West, Joey, Sam, Sean, Dawson. And you know that boy Higgy. He said he don't want no small fries. Tell them they better make them biggie. Yeah, you already know what we be on. We got the crown, we hold the throne. We throw them L's and you take them home. When they ring the bells, you know that it's home. The bar set, we setting the tone. If we set it, then set it in stone. Sit in the street, set up your phone. You in the Cardinal sports zone.
Scores over Brittany. One on it in high and deep to low. Crash, crack, whoa. The Cards win. The Cards win. Exeter walks.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of the Cardinal Sports Zone Podcast. I'm your host, Jeremy. Listen, Rito, I always go live before the NFL game. I am the NFL game, man. Look, it's 7 o'clock every night. NFL can get out of my way. I'm not getting out of their way. What's up, Tony? What's up, Ed? This is the Leo Award-winning Cardinal Sports Zone Podcast, and not really sure what that means, but I know that a bunch of high people like listening to our show. If you look at the other categories, so appreciate y'all. Appreciate everybody here tonight with my co-host Joe Wallman.
What's going on, everybody?
And this is just a Wallman edition of the Cardinal Sports
That's
Zone.
all it needs to be.
Sean's got an excuse. Dalton has an excuse. Haven't heard from Higgy or Sam. Haven't heard from Wes, so I don't know, but we're gonna try to get you in and out really, really quick tonight. So, again, the chat line is open. Y'all are over here lighting it up already. We appreciate that. Underneath my face is how you can support the podcast monetarily. Below Joey's face is where you can support the podcast by following on all the social media avenues. Sorry. The YouTube handle has been fixed, so it is correct on the screen. Everything's all good. I'm trying to give our guest a minute or two to join in because here's the one thing we can all agree on. Athletes are the worst when it comes to being on time. And, we'll give them a couple minutes to jump on here. If you don't, we'll do the show without them. If he joins late, we'll jump in and do the show then. What's up, Charles? So it is what it is. We had a great weekend last night. We did talk about Louisville Live on the show last week that we did right after the victory, the football victory. We talked about the football victory, obviously. We did not talk about the red-white game. We will talk about that tonight. We got some recruiting information that Dalton was sending me that I'll have to check for. I never got it. Cardinal in the house. Never got that email from Dalton, but that's my fault. I've had so much going on right before the show. I wasn't even I'm not all here right now. And then you worry when you have guests, you worry about them showing up on time. You can't even get your own co-host to show up on time.
I'm here. I was here early.
That's true.
If you're early, if you're on time, you're late.
Listen, I fall under the Rick Pitino philosophy of if you're 15, what's up, Greg? If you're 15 minutes early, you're 1 minute late. So, and I'll call them out. They know being my friend, I'm gonna call them out. Dustin, we'll talk about that here in a few minutes. None of them really respect my time. I do all this grinding and do all this hard work to get their ugly mugs on the TV, on the It was funny. I was at Louisville Live Saturday night, and this guy walks up to me and says, "Man, I know you from somewhere. Are you on the TV?" And I'm like, "Well, we have a streaming show." Yeah. Ran into a whole bunch of people that I hadn't seen in a long time. What's up, Terry? It was a great night. Dominique is locked in. Obviously, appreciate you. Saw the old site mate Daryl Faust. She was in attendance. She was actually in charge of the grounds. She was getting me into areas that G4 classified. I was hanging out with the players for most the former players for most of the night, which I had a bunch of friends over there anyway, so it is what it is. The honorary Oos is here, Tom Jeffries.
What up, Oos?
What up, TJ? I'm gonna call you that. I don't know why I did, but it was a great night. And then the red white game was pretty cool. Got to see like I said, I got to see Daryl. I got to see Alhaji Muhammad. I got to see Nate Johnson, Perrin Johnson, Milt. I got to see Milt Wagner. No, I didn't ask him where his son was going because I pretty much already knew, or his grandson was going. Jason Osborne, Tick Roger. I mean, you name him, I got to see him. Yeah, Daryl's always been really, really awesome. Lee, what's up, Lee? Hi. Master Yoda in the house.
What?
Yoda is how I'm going to do it. Hey, Cardinal, real quick. Did you get those donuts, bro? I need to know. I need to know if you got the donuts. Isaac. What's up, Isaac? Appreciate you tuning in. Look, we're going to have a good time tonight. I'm going to answer all y'all's questions. I know somebody had asked about the Manhattan guard. We'll throw his question up on the screen. No, we won't. Y'all just remind me. I don't like it blocking all this. Walter, Atlanta in the house. What's good? And I saw my guy Lance McGarvey, who is undergoing some stuff. He's going to be out. I'm not going to get it. I know he goes into detail on Twitter. You can check him out there. I think his Twitter is like at CLM320. It's something like that, Joey, if you'll look that up. He explains what's going on with him. He's the men's PA announcer for Louisville basketball. He's going to be out for a couple weeks, but be back good as new. Sending him all of our thoughts and prayers and love. That's my guy. I got to see him hang out for a few. Then I got to go listen to him. Man, he was trying some new stuff out at the red white scrimmage, and I didn't hate it. I was sitting there watching it, and all of a sudden I heard, "Go buy ticket," and I was like, "Oh, Big Tick Sydney. Okay, I like it." Yeah, JJ did look good. And we'll talk about the red white scrimmage. Let's get the formalities out of the way first. Lee, I'm ready for some good news too. And I hate it because I heard some good news today that I can't share with y'all. And I will let y'all know when I hear it.
CLM 250 at CLM 250.
Jody Dillman went off. I was sad, but then I got the notification that my guys live 55. Yeah. Look, every Thursday night at 7, we're gonna be here. And then Sunday, it's going to be a game time decision. If we're feeling it and we want to go live after the game, if it's a win, we'll go live after the win. And if we're just like, man, these games are too late. Now, this one won't be too late. So we may go ahead and knock that out depending on how many people we got here. And if not, we'll do it Sunday we tried to do it Sunday at 1. Y'all didn't like that because of the NFL games, Rito. And then we backed it up to about an hour before. So Malik Smith says, I'm excited for the season, and this is Kenny Payne's first season. Absolutely. Stephen Kinley. What's up, Steve? Appreciate you tuning in. Let's hop into it, man. Louisville is 6-3 versus Wake Forest in the overall series, with the Cards being 3-1 at home. The underdog had won the last 4 straight before last year's cheat game. The one thing I can say is that Coach Satt does battle plan for Wake Forest pretty well. You can tell that by the games that we have won against them. The Cards are 4-point underdogs despite being favored in the FPI by a 52-48 advantage. Hartman, I don't know why I keep doing. Hartman is thrown for 1,755 yards, 21 touchdowns, and 3 picks. A.T. Perry is averaging 75 yards per game and has 5 touchdowns in 7 games. Malik has combined for 1,593 yards with 14 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, with 503 of those yards being of the rushing variety. I'm giving y'all the tale of the tape in case y'all was wondering. Who's going to the exhibition Sunday? Big Dog. Go live after the game. Yeah, we might have to do Look, I'll get to that in a second. Don't get me don't get me off topic here. Tom Jefferson 5-3 would look pretty good. Just imagine if we had to beat BC. Look, I was talking to a former coach defensive coach. I'm not going to say the name. I will need some order in the facility, though. And we were talking, and man, we could very easily either be at 1 loss or 0 losses right now.
7 points away from being at 1 loss.
That first game, man, that's the coaches. The first game's the coaches' fault, I truly believe. From what I've heard from some of the players, their families, not to get into too deep and not to get anybody in trouble, but they just didn't feel very prepared. Now, of course, you go out there and get embarrassed, you're going to tell people, "Oh, I wasn't prepared." So I don't know how much grain of salt I hold with that. I was there Sunday, and the cake is definitely baking with this basketball team. We're going to take lumps, but that's because of turnovers. But this team's going to be in every game. We'll talk about that here in a minute. The Cards are averaging 27 points per game. Wake 41 points per game. Cards are allowing 20.6. Wake's allowing 24, and the Cards are mustering up 419 yards of total offense per game while allowing 356. Wake Forest is rolling up only 20 yards less, 439 yards of total offense while allowing 374, a couple more than we are. The Cardinal front seven has been dominant so far this season. If you're going to argue with me about that, you just want people to piss in your Cheerios. That's all there is. The offense has incrementally improved, and I feel like we're at a even kill, a consistent state. Now, is it the consistency that we want? Maybe not. We'd like to see more improvement. We'd like to see more quarterback design runs so that Malik can get the offense going. That's been his bread and butter the last couple of years. You get going on the ground, he's able to make some plays throwing the ball. That's what we'd like to, as fans, that's what we'd like to see more from the offense. The secondary is gonna have a tall task this week. Hartman has thrown 4 interceptions in 7 games. He's thrown 21 touchdowns. It is ridiculous. We're gonna be nice, low key, my guy, my bro. Okay, just look. It's my chat too. I'm just gonna look over in the yeah. I agree with that too, yo. The ACC is gonna sleep on us, but I really feel like if our secondary was putting, I don't know how to. Let's put it this way. I don't know how to explain the issues with the secondary. I know everybody wants to go to coaching, and then people want to crap on the players. That's not my forte. Doing this job that I do and being around the team like I have for the last 20-something years, I don't like blaming players individually either, even if they are having a hard time. Rito, now look, stop asking me questions that's going to get me in trouble, because you know that me and Brock are friends. Well, not friends. I mean, I've helped him out with the camp. You're going to get me seen and put out there. Joe Harden is watching. What's up, Joe? I'll get to that in a second. But predictions for this game. The prediction I put out in Cardinal Sports Zone for the piece tomorrow morning is different, I think, than what I'm going to end up predicting, because, again, I spoke with some people today that kind of convinced me to go against what I was thinking. Now, obviously, Vegas odds we're 4-point underdogs, and they give the home team 3 points. So basically, they only think we're going to lose by a touchdown. What I can say is that if our front seven continues to progress and gets Hartman out there all silly, we do have a chance to win this game. I talked to somebody today who said that we were going to win this game by double digits. Is Evans available? I have not heard yet, Allie, and I appreciate you tuning in. Good news. Is that football or basketball? Antron, I'm going to need you to specify what you're talking about. Oh, the good news I heard today. I think it's more cool than like, oh, man, that's great. It's something cool that's going to be going down, but I would absolutely lose all contacts to the university if I told that I just cannot betray the confidence that I was given. But I'll let y'all know. Y'all know me. I'll let you know when I'm allowed to talk about it. I'll be like, yeah, that's what I was talking about back in October, y'all. I think my prediction, I predicted to be 35-28 in the piece tomorrow for CardinalSportsZone.com, which, by the way, check out CardinalSportsZone.com, the place that I'll begin. Jeff's going to put out the stat predictions. And you all have been absolutely lighting over 500,000 views this week just off the photo galleries. Jeff and TJ appreciate you all, and they thank you all for that. It's just crazy. And I've also had a couple people, and it's you can even look today. Gosh, who was it? Let me go back real quick. Travion Cooley used one of our, all the players use our pictures every week, but I got a great compliment from one of the members of the basketball team, one of the coaches. They were like, these pictures are awesome. He took them, he put them up on Instagram, tagged everybody in it. And I have I like the other photographers in the area. There's not one that I have an issue with, but I think I have the best three-headed dragon in the city with Jeff Nunn, TJ Barr, and Kruger Mania, brother. I think that I got the best, and I was told that by somebody, not neither of those people I just mentioned, but I was specifically told your photographers are better than the school's photographers, and that says a lot to me because Tara Smith is one of the school's photographers, and she is fire in tennis shoes with a fire camera, flames shooting out everywhere. Our problem in the secondary, Master Yoda says, is we have DBs that can support better on run support, and we have DBs that cover better, but the coaches don't see it. Walter says our offense has to get going early and definitely must capitalize in the red zone with touchdowns. Offense definitely has to score points. If they don't put the cover guys in, it's going to show. Yeah, I think so too. I think, well, first off, we cannot turn the ball over. And secondly, we have to force 2 turnovers at least to win this game. And they're not turning it over twice a game so far. But they've also not faced a front seven like ours that is disruptive, that is just, and if y'all have listened to me all season long, I've told y'all how fond I was of the defense, of the front seven. And I think that MJ Griffin has been doing phenomenally. I think Quincy Riley has been doing phenomenally. A lot of people crap on him, but I like Jarvis Brownlee as well. I mean, it wasn't his fault that the Florida State guy was like 8'9". Like, he mostly technique. I mean, he won us the game against Central Florida for people that have forgotten. Trey Clark has not been the dominating player we thought he was going to be, but they're also not throwing on him as much. So we've got the players. They just have to be put in the right positions for us to win. Cody says, think that IARP ruling comes out this weekend. Stop it. Dustin says, Higgins, Bruce, good to go? Absolutely. Yaya and Yasir need to blow up that line. Absolutely. And Cody, just to answer that real quick, I laugh, but knowing Louisville, the way that it feels like being a Louisville fan in our luck. Sorry, I'm reading. Okay. It feels like we'll beat Wake and the IARP will come out Sunday or Monday. That's not inside knowledge. That is just a complete guess. What's up, Joe Reed in the house? Former teammate of mine at Dawes High School. So, Crystal Dickey. Hello, Crystal Dickey. Sorry, that sounded kind of creepy. I apologize. Hello, Clarice. No. You're going to make me pick. You know what? I picked Wake for the website tomorrow. And the only way to make me look smart is if I picked the other way for the radio. So I could be like, whichever way I was wrong about, I could be like, whoa. Check the other one out. I said the other thing there. Do you have any basketball nuggets? I may have a 6-piece with some barbecue sauce. Allie says, I'd love to see us jam the receiver some at the line, disrupt their timing. Look, you and me both.
That ain't happening.
But it's not happened a lot so far. So
7 yards off the ball or off the receiver would be us jamming the receiver.
Yeah, I just I gotta see something, and that's the work. So putting my media side over and talking as a fan, The thing that frustrates me the most is that Coach Satterfield seems like a wonderful person. He seems like a good coach. He seems like there's something not clicking. With that being said, though, we're making the progress. We're going on the run that we need to be going on. Do we really care, or are you all just so over Satt? What's up, Gary? That y'all don't care. I mean, I've told y'all for weeks we're about to turn this around and we're going to end up with the 7 wins. Now, gosh, man,
I just want to win.
you just want to win.
I don't care who it is.
I just want to win, yo. Do I think we can beat Wake Forest? After talking to the many people I did talk to today, I do. I don't want to put a score out there because I don't want to look stupid. But if our front 7 stays as disruptive and we can have some more, we had a couple against Pitt of ball stone just to nowhere that were intercepted because we were disrupting the quarterback. And Pittsburgh's quarterback's not awful, but he's no Sam Hartman. So Tom Jeffrey says, I saw somewhere that if the IARP waits until Monday with our decision, it'll be the longest they took to report a decision. Well, they'll probably announce it 5 minutes after our football game. Oh, no. 5 minutes before the football game. That would probably be better.
I'm hoping they do it tomorrow afternoon. Before on the Friday dump.
Friday news dump.
You know how they do it? The Friday news dump. After all the shows go off. Weekend to marinate on it.
Isaac says NC State lost their quarterback, so we can definitely beat them now for sure.
Well, let's not say definitely. We should.
Chris says, I want to win, and I also don't want to lose this class coming in. I don't think the class coming in, we're going to lose them regardless. Red State was done with Satt last year. I still support our team and I hope they win, but Satt isn't even a discussion for Red State. Yeah, I want to see the improvement. I've seen some improvement. I've not seen a lot. I've not seen a lot of adjustments, but however, we're getting the W's and we have turned the ball over. We have turned the teams we are playing. We've turned them over at a higher rate than we have been. And Wake Forest, we had I think it was 2018. When I did the research earlier, it looked like we turned them over pretty well every game, even when we lost the game back in 2019, 2020. I should really write some of this stuff down. We turned them over. One of the games we turned them over 5 times. Our still no guest? No. Our guest tonight was supposed to be Brandon Ratcliffe. He was supposed to be joining us. He had 2 really good games against Wake Forest where he went for over 130 yards rushing both games and over 2 touchdowns or more every game. So, and again, Dustin, you say the defense went from trash to smash, but that front 7 has been smashing all year. Nothing different as far as that's concerned. What's up, RL? Walter said the way Wake Forest beat Boston College will make their focus that we can beat them be the difference in us winning. We can definitely win this game. And the front 7 just has to be – if the front 7 can be disruptive and our guys are in good positions like MJ Griffin and gosh, why am I blanking on the names? Minkins. What's up, Fabian? If our guys back there can cash in on the mistakes that they make because of our disruptive front 7, we absolutely have a shot to win this game. And it could be a buzzsaw that they don't see coming, and we could get them frustrated. We could definitely blow them out. But need offense to be more. Fabian, I talked about this earlier with the former Louisville football coach on defense that I was talking to. And what I was telling them is that we need to throw in more designed. If y'all haven't noticed, we've not ran a whole lot of designed quarterback runs. And that's why our offense is not opening up like it has under Malik in years past. Hope defense can get to Hartman. I believe he can. Quincy Riley, Ben Perry, all of them. Y'all know I've been a big fan of Quincy Riley from the jump. I like how he defends slants. I know that sounds weird to have a favorite play that he defends, but he's had a lot of pass breakups because of the slant. That he knows how to play that slant. And a couple of them he probably should have picked off. But with that being said, I think we can beat this team. I'm still going to stick with my prediction that we lose by a touchdown. But use that as fuel. Prove me wrong, even though I really believe that y'all are going to win now. But prove me wrong. Joey, what about you? How do you think this game's going to end up?
Oh, man. If the defensive line, if Yasir and Yaya come out and play like they did last week and force Hartman to, have to move out of the pocket and think on his feet, I think we can make him make some errant throws, but it goes back to what you said. Intercept, following through the pass breakups and making some of those interceptions. Monty coming through maybe and stripping the ball. If we can get them to turn the ball over twice, I think we win. I still think either way it's close. I'm going to field goal either way, but right now, I would just say I would give them the nod. I mean, they are 10th in the country, and I would say probably 34-31 Wake Forest. I think we will move the ball a little bit on offense, get it down the field, be able to score on some of those red zone trips. But again, and this ain't knocking our team. I mean, again, Wake Forest is ranked 10th in the country. They are playing here, but still they're 10th in the country, so I'll give them the nod. We're 4-3. They're 5-2, I believe, but 6-1. So yeah, that's what I would say. But I think the defensive line can disrupt. It's going to be on the DBs to cash in on possible busted plays.
What's up, Tyree? What's up, Matthew Dodson? Always.
My beard buddy. Hey, look, I'm growing it for you, buddy.
Calm down. Walter says that we can get that W against Wake. I feel really good about getting 7 wins. Well, yeah, because we got James Madison the next week. The only thing that worries me is that if we win this game against Wake, that we underestimate James Madison like we underestimated Boston College and Syracuse to start off the season. Bill Jones in the mother.
That's my dog.
House.
Bill.
This game is always weird. I said we play keep away and limit their possessions. Absolutely. That's a great idea. I did see where Hartman's completion rate 65%. Not too shabby. He's only thrown 3 picks. So we're going to have to do something that nobody else. What's up, fellas? Heading to South Bend. Lucky. You're going to have to do something that other teams haven't. I want to look real quick, see who they played. Boston College, Army, Florida State, Liberty, Vanderbilt, VMI. Okay. So other than Clemson, which they beat in double overtime, they've not really faced a front 7 like us. Okay. I mean, you know what? I'm officially going to change my mind. We're going to win this game. I have faith in Scott Satterfield. I have faith in Lance Thomas. I have faith in Pete Nocta. I have faith in Ben Souders. I have faith in Deion Branch, Pete Thomas. Everybody down the line that I'm not leaving you out except for one person. I have faith in everybody. What's going on with the IARP? Just saw that Hurd had a presser today. I don't know. Nothing's been announced yet as far as I know. I have been busy this week. Yoda says, man, Malik's accuracy has been shaky. Yeah, but that's because he's stolen the ball. I believe it's because he's stolen the ball every rip instead of, and I understand why now you wouldn't run him as much because you don't want to risk him having scrambled eggs. But to begin the season, it looked like he has purposely omitted the design run play from the repertoire of Malik, and that sometimes messes with the player's psyche. So I don't know. I agree. He's missed some wide open guys. Add in Satt's terrible play calling, which is the the thoughts and comments and opinions of Master Yoda may or may not reflect those of us here at Cardinal Sports Zone. Because at the end of the day, we do have to answer to the great people at U of L. But that's the combo that plays the offense, and that's real. Yeah, absolutely. Malik can hit him in the middle of the field, but he looks like he needs glasses when throwing left or right over 10 yards. Here's what I'll say about only thing I'll say about Malik, and then I'll leave Malik alone because I feel like he's gotten enough unjust criticism. He's also had some just criticism. But when you don't run the ball with your star player, when he takes a whole facet out of his game, it's easier to contain him. It's easier to rattle him, and it's easy to just be like, well, you just throw the ball now. That's all you do. We didn't bring Malik on campus to just throw the ball. We brought him here to be the dual threat that he thrives at. Is it me or is Cunningham regressed? I mean, he's been here for 17 years. I'm sure it looks like he's regressed to some people. I don't think he has. I don't think he's progressed much, but I don't think he's regressed.
He's the same player that he has been, in my opinion.
Isaac says, can Coach Satt win national championships because 7 wins brings him back and Deion is just sitting there with something to prove? I don't know. I mean, if you look under the philosophy of give the guy enough time to build his culture, build a brand, then yeah, maybe he can. But Louisville fans are not patient at all. He won that first year and it was like, he's the best. And then we didn't win the second year. And then he went and talked to South Carolina. And then y'all were ready to burn him at the stake. So could he win national championships here? Possibly. Is the fan base going to be patient enough to let him? Probably not.
Well, here's my thing is, and don't get me wrong, I think if Deion Sanders was here, it would be a spectacle. It would be a show. You know, it would be exciting. But who's sitting there saying that Deion Sanders being here would win us a national championship? Any more than Satt could. The difference is Satt's got, this is year 4, right?
Yes.
He's got 4 years under his belt now. Again, like he's I've here lately, I've been swinging more over to the side of like, again, let the cake bake. You know, it is year 4. He is winning. Hey, we've got a winning record. We got a chance to go to a bowl game again. Let him do his thing. Let's see. You know, if he's back next year, he's going to have a better recruiting class. Let's see what he can do with those players.
And you have to build on seasons. Like if we finish 8-4 this year in the regular season, the next year the hope is to win 9 or 10 games. But for those of you all, and I'm not picking on, I want to make sure I call them out to make sure they know that I'm not going to call them out. But Isaac says, can he win a national championship? We're not a national championship program. We are a team that has been on the cusp for years and years and years. But the way that some Louisville fans act, not y'all, because y'all are the best. That's why y'all listen to
Every
me.
one of you are absolutely amazing.
We love all of you all. But there's a portion of this fan base that act like we are Clemson or Alabama. And it's like we went through thick and thin with John L. Smith. We went through thick and thin with Coach Snellenberger. Like Charlie Strong and Bobby left us, but the first times. But it's like we are not. If you all have aspirations of us winning the national championship every year or every 5 years, those are unrealistic. Can we get to a point to where they are realistic? Yes, but at this time, that is not realistic goals. Mike Murphy, what's up? Don, I know you are. Bro, seriously, the players prime would bring in transfer portal alone would make us. But Yoda, I appreciate that, and I'm all for giving them a chance. But right now, there's not a spot. There's not an opening. Bring in Nick Saban. He could do it too. But bring in me. I could probably do it. 3 years is enough time to evaluate a coach. It could be enough time to evaluate one. However, it's not enough time for that coach to get as Vincent McMahon would say, to get his in. It's not. I went through coaching changes in high school. It took us a while, but once we got a couple years in, we bought in. We only lost one regular season game that year.
I'm just like we've got a highly ranked recruiting class for next year, right?
We do.
Right. So like again, he's got those players coming in next year. Let's see what he can do with them.
But Red
If
State,
he's still
year
here.
3, we still have players on this team that played for Bobby. Like,
And
I
I'm just
get
glad
it.
Sam's not here to argue the point. Like the COVID year,
Yeah,
let's wipe that out. I mean, regardless, like that year happened. I get it, but we had games where we had like
we didn't know who was playing until 30 minutes before the game.
right. You know, we had our 3rd or 4th string offensive lineman playing. Like that doesn't look, guys. That doesn't count. I mean, it counts, but it doesn't because we're talking about and injuries happen during a season as well. We get that, but for the most part, you've got your regular players week in and week out. You've got your starters, your backups. They're going to be healthy and playing for the most part. COVID year, just act like this is year 3 for him. And the fact that if we're looking at it that way, what were we last year, Jeremy? I can't remember. Were we 5-7 or how many?
Sorry. I was
5-7 last year?
I was trying to let Camp Lejeune know I've never been there or
Yeah.
served.
But anyway, first year we make a bowl game. I believe he was 8-4.
Yeah.
8-4, make a bowl game. Last year, not so good. All right, cool. This year, we're on track to make a bowl game. So 2 out of 3 years that was a regular year, he's on track to make bowl games. Like, let's give the dude a shot. Come on.
So I get what you're saying, Red State, but here's the thing. At some point, you just got to be honest with us and be honest with yourself. Not just you, but people in general. You just don't want Satt. There's nothing he can, because honestly, with that COVID year in there and with the 2 decent years he's had, and has he made mistakes? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But this is his first big-time coaching job. He needs time to succeed. He needs time to fail. He needs time to rise. So I'm not with that just yet. Fabian says, I like the potential turnaround for this season. Nick says, give Satt time. Yoda says, what's good? Ready for Sunday at 2 p.m. I wonder what's that. Oh, yeah, me too. I just want to be relevant in the ACC. Me too. And we can be. Allie Jack, I'd love to see Malik carry out some play fake after he hands the ball off. Every team is focusing on him. Absolutely. This program has won big games, been ranked in the top 5 multiple times. I think fans just want to get back to that. Oh, absolutely. And we can get back to that. But we're not going to get past that level until we put our time, interest, and investment in a coach that we cried so many times because coaches would leave us. Well, here it is. The shoe's on the other foot. Do we want to kick him out of here, or do we want to let him build something great? I don't know. I don't know. Red State says has had for 10 years. Are they legit contenders? Legit contenders for a national championship? No. They were 6-7 last year, Joey.
Okay. So beep beep. At least, I mean, like, look, at least with them, they've stuck with somebody. And at one point this year, they were ranked 9th in the country. I mean, he's not doing a bad job. So, like, let's not try to knock them. Again, here's the difference. They're in a conference with Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, LSU, Ole Miss. Like, you could go on and on. We're in a conference that Clemson's good every year, and then 1 or 2 other teams are decent every year. We have a little bit better chance of being conference contenders and our conference maybe elevating us up into a playoff spot at some point.
Isaac says, my point is we always go for a safe pick. Why not go get somebody with something to prove? It sounds like we just want to compete. We'll always be a stepping stone. We got all the resources and not the results. Okay, so what if Deion comes in here next year and takes this 7 or 8 win Louisville team and only wins 4 games? Are you ready? Is he getting fired? Are y'all going to do him like you did? I'm glad Red State brought this up. And this is something that's lost a lot. And I'm not just saying this because he was my coach, but Cooper's first year was okay. Yeah, we went to a bowl game. We had 7 or 8 wins. It was awesome. His third year, we were 1-10, and they could not wait to get his out of that football office.
That's the best button ever.
For multiple reasons. One, because he was, and then another because he was, I don't even know what I'm saying there.
I don't know.
But then John L. took all these guys that Coop brought in here and flourished with them. That's not John L. Those weren't John L.'s recruits. Those were Ron Cooper's recruits. We just want to be relevant again in football. I agree. Yeah, I just don't want Satt. There you go. That's all I want you to do, Yoda. Just let yourself free. So we're just going to compete, not win at a high level, and just be okay. I mean, the thing about that, Isaac, and you know how much I appreciate you and everything, but we have to build. And if you don't put the pillars up, the roof ain't going to hold up. If you try to put the pillars and the roof up without a foundation, it's going to crumble. We've got to keep building this. And if we keep giving up on somebody every 3 years, then we're not going to be at the level that we all want to be.
You're going to be the Cleveland Browns. That's what they do.
I didn't say anything. Jeff says, unfortunately, all we can do is wait and see what happens. Chris says we can compete with beep, but people have to realize that those bleepity bleep teams are gone. We aren't going to kill them like we used to. I disagree with you. I think within a year we're going to be back to dominating them. Let's just let Satt cook and see what happens. I believe we are looking better. As far as this season's concerned, we are looking better. I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of misinformation out there about who's calling plays and this and that, but something's happening, whether it be in the wherewithal of the athletes to be like, look, we refuse to be held down. We know how good we are. No matter what the case is, they're playing better. There's no job. Y'all keep giving lists for a job opening that's not open. Bill Jones says, how good do you think we would be if Ledford, Ponce, and the other coaches we have lost were still here?
I think we'd be better.
I mean, we probably would be better, but unfortunately, you can't keep most staff when you let your head coach go. And Ledford left for an NFL job.
Yeah. I get the question. I mean, like, if those guys were in the support roles.
Well, yeah. But how good would we be if Lamar was still here and Devontae was still catching passes?
I mean, if Lamar was still here, we'd probably be undefeated.
Right. I'm not knocking the Smurf turds. I'm adding another word, but they're still not where they wanted to be. Look, Red State, that's the difference. They have been and will forever be a single A ball team. We're in AAA on the verge. We have been for the last 15 years been on the verge of being called up to the majors. We're going to hold anybody that compares those two schools with a straight face in our legacy and our traditions. They just don't know what they're talking about. Aaron, not you. I'm just saying in general. Aaron says, I'll support Satt as long as he is employed. I may not agree with everything, but I'm here to support him as long as he's here. That gets expensive. Absolutely. Babu, tired of the primetime talk. You don't think after his first. That's another thing. You get somebody in here that Bobby Petrino's us. Do y'all not remember every year he was here, we did really, really well, and he was negotiating with LSU and Auburn and the Raiders and
Atlanta Falcons
and everybody, and then ultimately left. As Travis said, people forget during the pandemic they were not allowed to be on the road and recruit. With player turnover he encountered, he's done well in the portal and is now recruiting well. Absolutely.
And we're not Alabama, Ohio State, and Georgia that are going to get people regardless.
But we got a pretty good we have a Clemson-esque type recruiting class. We have let me not use Clemson. We have a 5-star recruiting class signed for next year. I fully believe these guys are going to be difference makers. Whether they just tack onto the success that Satt had this year, as long as the players aren't quitting, I'm sticking with the coach. Yeah. Look, I understand the frustration. We're not where we want to be. But the fact of the matter is we're going to do this every 3 years as long as y'all don't want to support the guy trying to figure. And this guy, like when we hired him, there was nobody else to hire. So we did I got so many DMs from other programs, beat writers and other programs, coaches. When we hired Satt, they were like, this guy's going to take y'all very, very far. One of the greatest men I ever knew. Like, good dude. And sometimes good dudes don't make good coaches. But nevertheless, I'll say this. There's no coaching position to be filled. We still have a head coach. He's doing a good job. There's some room for improvement. The only thing that I would change is the adjustments. We need to make adjustments better going into the second half. And I think that we did this last game better than we've had the entire time he's been here. And I think we need to put in more. But I understand not putting in the quarterback design run plays because you're wanting to protect Malik said at this point in the season. Isaac says, I know 55, but I'm just annoyed at Tier 4. And we're hoping for 7 wins, and we lost to BC and a backup at home. Not adapting
I
to
understand the
that.
frustration.
No, I get it. No, I get it. But y'all were talking like this after the Air Force game last year. 30 games into his tenure. Y'all were talking like this at the end of season 2. I say y'all, I mean the logical fan
as a whole.
Yeah, as what'd you call me?
As a whole. I didn't
okay.
say hope.
Okay.
Oh.
One thing that doesn't get talked about is how the players haven't quit. They keep fighting. So we need to support and be loud Saturday. Absolutely. You've seen the social media push they've been putting. Hey, where should y'all be at if y'all live in Louisville, Kentucky? Cardinal Stadium. Man, I tried to go ahead.
I think the players are actually playing harder now. Like, that's the thing. I think that's one thing you're seeing is we didn't see as much fight and intensity the first couple weeks of the season. And I think the last 2 or 3 weeks, regardless of BC, I didn't see people out there not playing hard.
Nope.
It is what it is. Sometimes things happen, but now we're seeing different play calls. We are seeing the playbook open up more. Now it's up to Malik. It's up to the receivers and the line. It's up to all of them to make those plays happen. Not just you see something that could have been good, but that was a good play. I think they're actually, they say, you start playing at the right time. I think they're playing at the right time.
I don't disagree. Fabian said with that being said, I need tickets. Look, I tried, guys. I called up there today. I was like, look, I need a suite for the Wake Forest game. I want all the podcast fam to come up and join the party at the suite. I said, if you can get me a number that looks good, we'll do it. They came back to me with a number that was twice as much as I could afford. So I was like, I'll talk to y'all later. Fabian, you need tickets. They're selling them for $25 each now. I retweeted a link to it earlier today, so go check that out. There's people all over Twitter. I retweeted a couple of people that are selling their tickets at the 50-yard line or 40-yard line. Babu says, I honestly think some people hated Satt after his first season, flirt with other jobs, and there was no coming back from that unless he wins 9 or 10 games. Absolutely. I mean, bingo. Do you think Satt is making this big of a difference with the defense, or is Brown just getting his? Thank you, Cord. I didn't stop. I'm going to go no comment on that because I don't want to get in trouble. I don't believe it's either. I think it's just the players and their pure talent that's coming out. I don't think it has anything to do with those two things that you said. Fabian says Malik needs to hand that ball off. LOL, for sure.
I think Malik needs to run the ball more. He's starting to just hang in the pocket and not get rid of, not see that lane and take off like he was.
Rito says inflation is a...
He ain't lying.
No. Red State says, usually we do this when a good coach leaves. It's not the fan base who is the problem here. No frustration here. Give Satt 10 years. I'll keep rooting for my Cards regardless. That's the right attitude to have. The latter part of that, I'm not saying he deserves to stay forever, but what I am saying is that there's not a coaching opening here at the University of Louisville. Don't get it twisted. I want Satt gone, but I'm cheering for my MF Cards regardless. Master Yoda 100%.
Our MF Cards.
Fabian, we'll get to that in a second. I had to get out. We got to get out of football, but y'all just keep wanting to. Y'all know me. I'm gonna talk as long as y'all want to talk. So it is what it is. I need to get this back on so I can see who's joining because Joey's not telling me. Oh, Higgy's joining. Hey, Higgy.
2 snacks. It's good that you could be a visitor on the show that you should be on.
Hey, what's up, Timmy? My guy, Church. Hey, if y'all need a new car, go see Church up at Montgomery.
He almost sold me one once.
Did he? Well, he sold Dad plenty, and he sold Teresa one. Go see him up at Montgomery. Right? Montgomery Chevrolet?
Montgomery. Big M on Preston.
Preston Highway.
Big M.
So I don't know how that goes. JT Haskins, my man, what's up? Hey, are we gonna get a commitment from your boy? Just let me know. Oh, Higgy Sawi, he's sick. Oh,
Him's tummy's hurt.
Hey, Walter, I'm with you. I was led to believe that Lance Taylor was hired to be the head offensive coordinator and not the backup too. But there's been some
rumblings.
There's been some, I don't know what the right word is. I don't want to say something wrong and then get a call from the football office afterwards, but it seems like there's been some tug of war going on there. Wide Dixie Highway. I just says the only thing that gives me faith.
Preston Highway and Indian Trail.
With a different QB under center, so many missed throws, lost this game. But even with Clark, so we might need another building year to be decent. Yes, for sure. So, look, I've told y'all before. I'm just if you all want shock jock, tune into one of the other channels during the day. I'm going to not crap on my team. I'm going to support the team, and I'm going to be as fair as possible. JT, we need to get you on here, man. Get you on here for a show. I don't know if that would be any kind of a violation or anything, but Higgy, you can't barely talk when your throat ain't not stomach, head, and throat. Well, I don't know what you've been doing on your off days, but maybe you need to stop when you're not. When you're.
Oh, I was gonna.
No, I said no. Yeah.
Wait, we was talking
Giant ones.
Oh no, I hit.
Okay, just making sure.
Okay.
You hit Shiticus.
Thought I would hear my name in a
Oh,
song.
no.
To be honest, just to hear it, I'm like, oh, I'm legit.
Dang it, Wes.
Oh snap!
Oh snap, I'm legit. Well, I'm getting suspended. So
What's up, Wriggle in the house? All right, let's get to
Switching gears.
we're gonna switch gears for a second. I need to find this recruiting. There we go. All right, y'all want some information about football recruiting?
Just say it's NIL, JT.
Yeah, I would love to come.
I got
on.
$5
We
for
need
you.
to check with compliance officials, though. Yeah, for sure. But here's the thing, though. Coach Bunning in the house.
Coach Bunning, what,
I was
buddy.
thinking of.
buddy?
Listen. I was talking about
buddy.
coaching changes.
My buddy.
He was a coach that came in about halfway through
Thump you in the forehead.
my career. Yeah, he would. Yeah, JT, we'll figure it out. Made me who I am today. Like without him, Jeremy never stepped foot and had the 15 minutes of fame at Louisville that he had.
We went from super, and don't take this the wrong way, Coach, from super nice, like really almost like kind of like Satterfield in Coach Cerati.
Oh, wonderful man.
Yeah. And you're a wonderful man too, Coach.
You are.
But to somebody that just really, like, I mean, I'm talking about like motivated you, like really caused you to drive yourself to be better.
You went from golly gee shucks, I love you guys to hey, get your gosh dang it.
Yeah,
the song.
Okay, just make
It's too close to the other one.
Anyway, what's up, Coach? Hope you're doing good, man.
Coach. Let's get to the football recruiting notes we've got. Ruben Bain, number 90 in the 2023 class. He is a 4-star defensive lineman. He will be in attendance against Wake. Also taking an official visit December 9th. He was teammates with current Cardinal commit. Was current Cardinal commit Stanquan Clark and Katerius Hicks. Katorius Hicks. I may have mispronounced it, but y'all know I love you. So Cole Martin will also be in town. He's an Oregon commit currently. 165 ranked player overall in the 2023 class. Official visit to Louisville for the Pitt game. Possible flip watch. Absolutely. William Foles is a 4-star wide receiver commit. Don't know where is he committed to. Maybe Miami? I don't know. He will be taking an official visit to Louisville this weekend. And last but not least, Brandon Winton, U of L, made his final 8 for 2024. He is a 3-star wide receiver. Teammates of U of L commit Jordan Church at IMG Academy. So, yeah, we're about to talk basketball here in a second. So, not suitable for Joe. Yeah, that's what I said. Martin was here last week. He is a possible flip watch according to the great Dalton Pence. So, all right, red, white. Y'all been wanting to talk basketball, man. So let's get into the basketball real quick. Joey didn't go to it, so not okay. He's going to the bathroom. That's why he cut off. JT for sure. We'll check with compliance officials. That'll be fine. I answer your question, Aaron. I'm expecting the ruling within the next couple of weeks. Red State says, I just want to see them against an opponent. I'm sorry. Yoda said that. Red State said Sunday. I can't wait for the games coming up. We'll be watching those. Walter said, I was curious if KP had anything to do with the exhibition game against Everett Sullivan's team on Sunday. Maybe so. Hope we get the Bain kid. Yes, Red State. Got a picture with Master P. Man, I was standing next to Master P for quite a while on Friday night at Louisville Live and didn't even know it until he ran up on stage and was like, oh, Master P is here. I was like, he really made me say, I just was not aware. Hopefully we get them both. Yeah. No. I didn't go, all right, red-white thoughts. So, went and watched the red-white game, and I want y'all's opinions too. Please put those down here in the comments section. By the way, make sure you're liking the podcast, you're subscribed to it, following it, stalking it, whatever you do, so that you get those notifications as well. Because he had a hoodie on. He was actually, I know who Master P is, Rito. Come on, man. You know me. He was just standing. He's standing next to me, and he had a hoodie on. And he had, like, nobody had noticed it was him at that point. And then he was like, oh, it's Master P. I was like, wait a minute, that's the dude that was sitting next to me. And then I just kind of awkwardly, like, circled him for the rest of the night. I'm just kidding. So here's what I got out of the red-white game. I saw somebody earlier said they couldn't wait to see Mike James. I'm with you there. If y'all watched the 3 questions I did with Mike James, Jalen Withers, Sidney Curry, L. Ellis, and JJ Traynor last week, if you haven't watched it, go to the YouTube channel and watch it, you goofs. Really loved what I got out of those kids that are normally pretty quiet, like Mike and JJ and Jalen. And I cannot wait to see how Mike plays. And I was upset that I didn't get to watch him during the red-white game and Jalen during the red-white game, making sure they're healthy enough to start the regular season. I understand that. But somebody who surprised me was Fabio Basili. And I know we sat here months ago and we're like, y'all stop crapping on him. Like, he's going to be decent. I think he had 14 points and 9 rebounds. My only negative towards him is he telegraphed his passes. I think he probably had 6 or 7 turnovers. If he can get that passing down, he's going to be dangerous here, man. He is absolutely a hustler. He's a ball player. I like what I saw out of him. I like what I saw out of L. Ellis. Sidney Curry was just like a human claw machine down there, just scooping up boards and putting it back in the hole. Hersey Miller looked very, very he looked a lot better than people were talking about. Man, I really didn't like how Fred Cowgill interrupted your interview. Look, I just didn't want to get sued, so I let him jump in front of me. It is what it is. JJ did steal the show. Hersey Miller was good. Isaiah Miranda's recruiting. The updates are still the same. And look, y'all want to blame anybody for that interview not happening yet, you're going to have to blame his people, because I have been on them consistently since we were supposed to do it the first time, and they couldn't get things figured out on their end, technologically speaking. But as far as where he stands with us right now, I feel like we have a really good shot to get him. I think that the fact that it's being brought up that, his skills are kind of raw, but just imagine what.
Oh, it's you.
Keith Kelsey. Sorry. Yeah, I had to do this. I see Steve do this from time to time.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy? What's good? Oh, nothing. Just doing a streaming show right now. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be down at the tailgates and stuff. You coming in? Let me you know what? Let me call you after the show. Let me call you back and we'll figure something out.
Big timer over here.
Oh, they're gonna have you push that button to let the fireworks off and everything, probably.
Get us some tickets.
All right, man. Well, yeah. I'll hit you up as soon as we get done. All right, bro.
I mean, he got his tickets for our first Steelers game.
I think that we're going to be going to the game with Keith Kelsey.
Sounds like a winner. Tailgating with the Collision Course crew. Head over to the game with Keith Kelsey. That sounds like a good time to me. So it sounds like a pretty good Saturday.
Sounds like a great Saturday.
Good.
Dante
my Booker
Russo
T.
Nance looks scary to be. Yeah. Hey, look, that's one you keep an eye on. Dante Russo Nance transferred to Oak Hill recently. A lot of people didn't know that until the last couple of weeks, and I would keep that name in the back of your head for the foreseeable future. Miranda's posted that picture on his mom's birthday where he had on the uniform. Yeah, he loves Louisville. The visit did seem like it went really well, and I'm not just saying this because he's a Louisville recruit, but I fully believe with his skill set, and I'll tell him this when we do eventually talk, I think he could be the next Anthony Davis as far as making an impact. Maybe not have the stats that Anthony did, but being a problem in a way that people had to redesign what they were doing against him to be able to compete in games and stuff like that. Take your starting five, set them aside, and look at who you have left and tell me you can't put together. No, you can. We've got 2 sets of starting fives. It's great to be as deep giggity as we are. JJ did steal the show. Starting five. My starting five would probably be Sydney, Brandon, Jalen, L, and Mike James. No, Joey, what about you?
Same.
All right, y'all put y'all starting fives in the
Because I
comments.
didn't go the red, white, and it is. I mean, the only ones I could say is Brandon, Sydney, Jalen, and L. I wouldn't know who else, but I know Mike James is probably he's right up there at the top for the 5th.
Who is the best? Sean wanted me to ask who was the best player outside of L and Sydney. It was JJ, I believe. All right, guys, rapid fire. I'll let y'all, as always, get crazy in the comment section over there.
That's a good point. Look at the starting 5, take them out, and then.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Yeah, no, I just saw it.
I don't know why I'm so gassy tonight.
Because it's Thursday.
Did I just say that out loud? I'm sorry. Rapid fire. The number 4 volleyball team did fall during the red-white scrimmage. They actually were playing it on the screens up there. 3-2 against number 9 Pittsburgh on Sunday, and then beat Notre Dame 3-0 last night in front of 9,000 plus fans.
Record crowd, I think they said last night.
They face Duke tomorrow night. The number 9 men's soccer team faces Wake Forest tomorrow night on the road. Let's get that Wake Forest weekend started good. Women's soccer faces number 2 North Carolina tonight for senior night, and the number 8 field hockey team hosts number 22 Boston College tomorrow at 1 p.m. before the ACC tournament starts next week. Happy birthday shout-outs to our guys Jeff Walls, Coach Walls, and Preston Brown, who was going to be on the show tonight, but then forgot it was his birthday. Also, I was going to have him and but I found out Preston could be on the show well before Brandon. Check out the photo gallery some more. CardinalSportsZone.com. We got the Louisville Live gallery. We've got the Red White gallery. We've got the Pittsburgh gallery. Fabian, I'm going to get to that at the end. I have that on my notes. Check out all the photo galleries. Shout out to all of our fine sponsors. Fitness Market Shack in the back. Camp Lejeune. Oh, wait a minute. That's not one. Four Peg Smokehouse and Bar. Derby City Lawn and Landscaping. And we're working on more. If you'd like to sponsor the podcast, get in touch with me directly by DMing me on Twitter or messaging me on any of the other on Facebook or whatever. Get in touch with me. We'll get something going. You can find our social medias underneath Joey at this point. You can find the ways to support us monetarily underneath my chins, one of them. But you can find the podcast on all the podcast avenues: Apple, iTunes, Buzzsprout, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google, Amazon, and iHeart. Hit that subscribe, stalk, follow, like, love, hump, whatever it is. Hit that button now. Make sure you're notified every time we go on live or every time our podcasts are uploaded to the internet if you don't catch us live. If you haven't listened to all the episodes of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast, then go back and check them all out. Go to CardinalSportsZone.com, the place it all began. Hit the podcast tab, hit the drop-down menu, hit CSZ Podcast, and listen to them all from the beginning. We had a whole bunch of really good ones that first season, that did, including the first one with Keith Kelsey and Ivan Green. didn't get the love it should have because that was before we blew up. Go check them all out. Shout out to everybody out there sharing the podcast. We appreciate you and love you. Shout out to our guy Marcus Maben in Orlando, Steve, who do the thing on 93.9 The Ville every day from 10 to noon. Joey, do you have any last words for this podcast? Before we go back, you know what? Let's go to you get your last words together.
Oh, you know my last words.
I do. I'm going to go to the red. Let's see. Fabian Bradley says Kamari Lands needs to start over James. That could be an argument. Take the top 5 by height away, and we still have 2 6'8" guys. Yep. Yoda says L Lands, JJ Withers, Curry, BHH could be in first. That's 1, 2, 3. That's 6 people. We're gonna be shooting some technicals if we have. Oh, okay. Sorry. I see BHH can be in first for JJ or Withers. Walter says L Lands, Withers, BHH, Curry. What have you heard about Perez? That we're just one of 17 programs that have contacted him. I hadn't heard anything serious about him yet. L and JJ have a connection, which is the whole team's is working towards, but L and JJ got something cooking. I don't disagree with that. Yo, we got 35 and 4 likes. Smash that like button for my guy 55. Woo woo. I'm sorry, I'll never do that again. Isaac says L, Mike James, Lands, Withers, BHH, depending on team's matchup. Ooh, leaving Curry out. Rito says, will we get to see Quincy Riley the next game? Rito's trying to get me just like hemmed up. He's been playing. Lands is going to be a problem, says Cardinal. Cardinal, you still have not told me whether or not you went and got those donuts we were talking about on Instagram. I need you to let me know. Joey, any last words?
Maryland sucks. They're trash. Get your pet spayed or neutered. Help control the pet population. Get well soon, Higgy, with your throat problems. I bet it won't stop him from going to Dairy Queen.
Absolutely not.
And everybody get out there if you can and support the team this Saturday. If we can get this win, this is a big win for the program. Big win for this team. It's number 10. It's a top 10 win. Like I was looking earlier, and before, like last week, the last 5 games of our season were against ranked teams. If we can get 2 or 3 out of the last 5, I mean that's big, man. Like they're, so get out there, support the team, go Cards. That's all I got.
Shout out to Rudy and Rob Black, another teammate. We just got teammates coming out of the closet everywhere. Well, not out of the closet, out of the woodwork. Sorry, Rob. I didn't mean to insinuate you were coming out of the closet there. Cardon, I hope you got one of them tiger tails, bro, because those were good. Yoda says 100. The kids destroyed them donuts. Man, I just says Press has 11-minute highlight tape of spin moves and right hooks. Look, I'll take him if he's available, if he wants to come here. I just have not heard anything concrete as far as he is concerned. Saturday and Sunday, go Cards tonight. Go Lamarvelous. Oh, is Lamar playing tonight?
Yeah, it's the Ravens and Bucks. Lamar versus TB12.
Yeah.
Lamar versus...
I mean, he should beat him. Didn't we beat him?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it should be. So that just means they're going to win by a last-second field goal. Yoda, I'm a Steeler fan, so I will not repeat what you just said, but I hope your teams win as long as they're not playing my team.
That's right.
Reminder, next Thursday, it's going to be me, it's going to be Joey, and it's going to be Boo Brewer and Peyton Siva for the basketball tip-off show. And look, I'm just going to have y'all prepare for this. Peyton just signed a new deal to go back overseas. So there's a possibility he's not, but he has told me as long as he can get everything set up, he will be here for that show. What's up, Dwayne? So we got that coming next week. Lots of great things. I'm going to get off here so I can call Keith Kelsey back and see where we're sitting for the game Saturday.
I'm going to get off here because my laptop's about to die and my phone's about to die.
Well,
I didn't bring a charger for either one. Mother.
I like. All right, guys.
That's amazing.
Until next time. Oh, wait a minute. Let me read the script. Thanks again for all the support. We love you all. And until next time, this has been the Cardinal Sports Zone Podcast. I'm playing the outro. Don, Tiger Tail. Go in and order a Tiger Tail. Your life will never be the same. I am going to get a suite for all of us one game. I just don't know what game. It's going to have to be for cheaper than they're trying to sell the Wake Forest tickets. That's for sure. Tiger Tail. We out, y'all. See y'all Sunday. 5 minutes into your favorite NFL game. I'm just kidding. Talk to y'all at noon. Should have a few more people here. It's going to be a good time. They're all fired from Thursdays from now on, though. That's y'all getting to notice live as they do. Beat Wake. Let's go. Everybody else is fired from the podcast on Thursdays.